What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Film Study for Rookies. Today, man, we're going to be breaking down, honestly, as of right now, I want to say the edge who I think has the most potential in the draft. I haven't done a ton of film, all right, but what I saw from Malachi Lawrence just now when I was doing the film, I promise you I'm not over-exaggerating. You can check out my other videos. It's not something I do. But when I watched the film on him, which we're going to go over in a second, this dude has a bag. Now, there's so many players that are mentally strong and then physically strong. When I watched Malachi Lawrence just now, I was like, okay, this dude is both. All right, so we're going to talk about how he fits into the Cowboys defense, look at the depth chart, and then we're going to jump into the film. And I am very excited to jump into the film and really break that stuff down. And just, you know, Cowboys, whoo, you guys got yourselves one. Let's jump into this thing. Like I said before, we're going to talk about how Malachi Lawrence impacts the Cowboys defense. We're going to take a look at it from Blogging the Boys perspective right here. All right, as a Cowboys fan, and like I said before, then jump into the film. So Dallas has doubled down on defense with its first two picks in the first round being Caleb Downs. Honestly, probably my favorite defensive player as well. All right, everybody knows about Caleb Downs, though. And they've now added edge rusher Malachi Lawrence from the University of Central Florida with the 23rd overall pick. There's no big mystery as to how the Cowboys will use Lawrence going forward. He's a natural outside linebacker in their new 3-4 defense, converting from a 4-3 defensive end for the UCF Knights in college. At 6'4" and over 250 pounds, and based on his strengths as a player, Lawrence will clearly be an edge rusher in Dallas. He had 7 sacks his senior year at UCF, along with 11 tackles for loss. Lawrence also had 3 passes deflected, and he also had 2 forced fumbles as well. As a 23rd overall pick, Lawrence is the highest drafted pure pass rusher that the Cowboys have taken since DeMarcus Ware. It's crazy to think that was over 20 years ago, 2005. DeMarcus Ware, I mean, he's one of them ones, right? While Michael Parsons was a higher pick, I believe they meant to be that in 2021, he was not considered an edge rusher when initially drafted. The Cowboys eventually kept him there exclusively after his pass rushing prowess became so undeniable. But in terms, right, of an out-of-the-box edge rusher straight out of the draft, Lawrence beats out Anthony Spencer and Taco for the highest pick in over 20 years since DeMarcus Ware. Man, Malachi Lawrence now becomes a key piece to Dallas' concerted effort to improve its defense like Ware and Spears in 2005. He and Caleb Downs will have high expectations and be linked for years to come as fellow first-rounders from this class. Both should walk into major roles with the opportunity to reward the Cowboys' faith. And right here, I want to take a look at the depth chart and kind of see what we're looking at. I do want to say the Cowboys' front seven between Kenny Clark and Quentin Williams. You got Rashawn Gary now, Malachi Lawrence. On the other side, you have Donovan Izaraku. If I'm not mistaken, he's out of BC. He was one of my favorite players. To me, he was slept on. Cowboys got him. The front seven that the Cowboys have, right, even before they got Malachi Lawrence, with the trades they made, the Cowboys are definitely going to be a problem. And then you go and get Caleb Downs for the back end. So not only do you take care of that front seven with Quentin Williams, right, and the other person I'm missing, Kenny Clark, you take care of the trenches, you take care of the linebackers, and then you go take care of that safety position too. I gotta say, the Cowboys, man, they are making moves. But now we're going to jump into the film. Probably my favorite part of this video, obviously. Let's take a look right here. Like I said before, you know, Malachi Lawrence, he played at UCF. And now when I saw UCF, I was a little skeptic, all right, because competition you have to look at. But sometimes the best guys come from these smaller schools. So first player we're going to look at right here, it's just a chop. I mean, he's going to just smack that outside, bang. Ooh, I know that hurts. 6'4", 250-pound man just smacking at your forearm. Yeah, that left tackle is toast. Second play right here. Let's see, does he mix it up a little bit? All right, this might have been against Baylor, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look right here. A little power. Ooh. Was that a power and then a swim over the top? Run that back real quick. All right, got a little power right there. Dang, right over the top of that outside arm again. This is what I'm talking about with Malachi Lawrence right here. The ability to do different things against different left tackles. Let's take a look at play number 3 right here, all right? We're going to move him in inside shoulder of that left tackle right here. Woo, woo. He froze him. Ankles, right? Take a look at this right here. Stands him up, and then he's too quick. Essentially like a ghost move right there. If you let an edge stand you up like this and your feet are stuck, A guy like Malachi Lawrence, who's agile, can bend that shoulder right, get to that angle that he wants, oh, you're done. Right? Because all you have is one arm. When he stands you up, it's over. Right? It is over. Next play right here against BYU. If I'm not mistaken, they had a pretty good year too. Let's take a look at what he does against the left tackle. Like I said, this dude is nasty. Now we're going to play the right side. Let's see. Do we switch it up inside? Just plows the right guard. I mean, absolutely destroys the right guard right there. We're looking at 7-8 plays, and every play so far, we've seen something different. And what's most impressive, I didn't point this out before, is we kind of see a little bit of edge to a point at the beginning. To a point, right? Kind of saw left defensive end. Now we're seeing right defensive end right here. Speed to power right there. I mean, man, this dude is on a mission. When you got Kenny Clark and Quinton Williams too. Malachi Lawrence is going to have the chance to make a lot of plays. All right here we see edge. Goes move right there, right off the edge. And what I like right here with Malachi Lawrence, something I should have pointed out, is the fact that he's able to control his speed. This dude is quick, he's fast, but he knows how to use his speed to control it for leverage. You don't see him, as far as what we've seen so far, come out the edge, flying past the quarterback, right? Bang, fumble. He knows how to control his speed. All right, right here, back, I believe, to that left side. He's too quick. He is too quick off that edge. And then he's just strong, too. At 6'4", 250, he doesn't look... I got to say, I don't know that he necessarily looks 250, which is a compliment to him, right? Because the way he moves is just so quick, right? Running back right here, little zone read. You're not getting away from him. You're just not getting away from him. So right now, Malachi Lawrence, as far as edge rushers, coming straight out of college, to me, he looks the most complete. Now, obviously, I have a lot more film to go over, but Malachi Lawrence, as of right now, if he continues to grow the way I think he'll grow, he's going to be special. So, if you guys have enjoyed this video, stay tuned. More content coming soon. Film Study for Rookies. I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy. Peace.